The magical adventure of Max and the Whispering Woods. Once upon a time, in a little village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a curious boy named Max. Max was known throughout the village for his big brown eyes, endless questions, and pockets always filled with treasures he found during his outdoor adventures. But there was one place he had never explored: the Whispering Woods. The Whispering Woods was a forest at the edge of the village that stretched as far as the eye could see. The villagers always said it was a magical place where trees murmured secrets and shadows danced even in the daytime. "Don't go wandering in there alone," the elders would say. But of course, to a curious boy like Max, that only made the woods even more enticing. One bright and breezy morning, Max woke up with a spark in his heart and a decision in his mind. Today was the day he would explore the Whispering Woods. Chapter 1. The Forest of Whispers. With his trusty red backpack filled with snacks, a small flashlight and his favorite compass, Max headed toward the woods. As he walked into the forest, he noticed the trees seemed to sway and whisper to one another. The leaves rustled with soft, giggling sounds, like they were sharing secrets. "Hello, trees!" Max called out, feeling both excited and a bit nervous. "Hello, Max," a small voice replied, startling him. He looked around, but there was no one in sight. "Who's there?" he asked, his heart thumping. "Down here," said the voice. Max looked down and saw a tiny chipmunk wearing a bright blue scarf. He had never seen an animal dressed so fashionably before. "Name's Chipper," the chipmunk said, puffing up his chest. "You must be Max. The trees told me you were coming." Max's eyes grew wide. "The trees talk?" "Of course they do," Chipper said, "but only if you listen closely. So what brings you here, adventurer?" "I'm here to explore," Max exclaimed. "I want to see if there's really magic in these woods." Chipper chuckled. "Oh, there's magic, all right. Follow me, and I'll show you things you've never imagined." Chapter 2. The River of Colors. Chipper led Max down a winding path until they reached a river. But this wasn't just any river. It was shimmering with every color of the rainbow. Bright hues of blue, purple, pink, and green flowed over the rocks like liquid light. "Isn't it beautiful?" Chipper asked. "This is the River of Colors. Each color has a different power." Max dipped his finger into the water and it turned a bright blue. As he watched, his hand felt tingly, and suddenly he found himself floating just a few inches off the ground. "Whoa!" Max laughed. "I'm flying!" Chipper grinned. "The blue water gives you the power to float, but don't go falling in too deep. The colors can get tricky." Just then, a loud splash came from the river. Max looked up to see a tall heron with bright pink feathers and a golden crown perched on her head. "Ah, greetings, young explorer," the heron said in a musical voice. "I am Queen Luma, guardian of the River of Colors. Are you enjoying its magic?" Max nodded excitedly. "It's amazing!" Queen Luma bent her long neck down to look at him. "Use its magic wisely, young one. And remember, true magic comes from kindness and bravery." Chapter 3. The Puzzle Path. As Max and Chipper continued through the woods, they came across a strange path made of large stones. Each stone had a different symbol carved into it: a sun, a moon, a star, and a heart. At the entrance was a sign that read, "Only those who solve the puzzle may pass through to the secret grove." Max scratched his head. "What does it mean?" Chipper pointed to the stones. "To cross, you have to step on the stones in the right order." "But which order is that?" Max asked, puzzled. "Here's a hint," Chipper said. "Think about the things that shine." Max thought hard. The sun shines during the day, the moon and stars at night, and love shines from the heart. He stepped on the sunstone, then the moon, the star, and finally the heart. To his amazement, the stones began to glow, and the path opened up, leading them into a clearing filled with golden sunlight. Chapter 4. The Secret Grove and the Wishing Tree. In the center of the grove stood the tallest, most beautiful tree Max had ever seen. Its bark was silver, and its branches were adorned with sparkling leaves and golden acorns. "This," said Chipper in a hushed voice, "is the wishing tree. Legend has it that if you make a wish from the heart, the tree will grant it." Max felt his heart race. He had so many wishes. But then he remembered Queen Luma's words: "True magic comes from kindness and bravery." He closed his eyes and whispered, "I wish that everyone in my village could see the magic in the world, just like I did today." The tree shimmered with a soft light, and a single golden leaf drifted down into Max's hand. Take this home with you, Chipper said. Whenever you feel lost, hold it close and it will guide you back to this magical place. Epilogue: The boy who found magic everywhere. Max returned to the village with stories of talking trees, rainbow rivers, and a wise queen heron. At first, the villagers just smiled and nodded, thinking it was a young boy's wild imagination. But whenever he held the golden leaf close, something magical always happened. Flowers bloomed brighter, the sky seemed bluer, and people felt a little happier. And from that day on, Max was no longer just the curious boy with pockets full of treasures. He was Max, the boy who had found magic and shared it with everyone he met. And so, Max's adventure became a legend, a story the villagers would tell for generations, passing down the reminder that if you look closely enough, there's magic all around us, waiting to be found.